Hyun-soo wasn't fired. The next morning, he arrived for work half expecting to find a termination letter on his cot or to be escorted out by security. Instead, the day proceeded as usual. Seo-jun acted as if their confrontation hadn't happened, though his glances were sharper and his comments, if possible, more biting. Hyun-soo, however, took this as a sign. He stayed. The days that followed were tense but telling. Hyun-soo continued his quiet acts of kindness. He brewed Seo-jun's favorite coffee, black, no sugar, each morning, leaving it on the desk without a word. He watered the neglected plants in the conservatory, brightening the once dull space. He even took the time to repair a loose knob on Seo-jun's favorite armchair. Seo-jun noticed. He never acknowledged these gestures, but Hyun-soo caught glimpses of his reaction, a softened gaze lingering on the coffee cup, a faint smile when the conservatory filled with sunlight, a quiet sigh of relief when the chair no longer wobbled. One night, after another long day, Hyun-soo found Seo-jun sitting on the balcony, staring into the night sky. He hesitated before approaching, not wanting to intrude. "You don't know when to quit, do you?" Seo-jun's voice drifted through the darkness, sharp but lacking its usual venom. "I've been told I'm stubborn," Hyun-soo replied, stepping closer. Seo-jun scoffed but didn't send him away. After a long silence, he spoke again, his voice low and distant. "It happened on a night like this." Hyun-soo frowned. "What did?" Seo-jun didn't look at him. His gaze remained fixed on the stars, but his eyes were hollow, lost in a memory. "The accident." Hyun-soo stayed quiet, sensing that Seo-jun needed to speak. "We were coming back from a charity event. My father was driving. He always insisted on driving, no matter what." Seo-jun's voice wavered. "I was in the back seat, arguing with them. About something stupid. I don't even remember what." A pause. "Then, it happened. A truck, out of nowhere. My father swerved, but it was too late. Everything went black." Hyun-soo felt a lump in his throat but remained silent, letting Seo-jun continue. "When I woke up in the hospital, they were gone. Just like that." Seo-jun's hands clenched the railing. "I keep thinking, if I hadn't been arguing, maybe he would have seen the truck in time." "It wasn't your fault," Hyun-soo said softly. Seo-jun finally turned to him, eyes red but dry. "You don't know that." "I know guilt," Hyun-soo replied, meeting his gaze. "And I know it eats you alive if you let it." Another silence stretched between them, but it felt different, less heavy, more shared. "Why do you care?" Seo-jun asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Hyun-soo shrugged. "Maybe because I know what it's like to feel alone." The days that followed were lighter. Seo-jun didn't magically transform into a warm, approachable person, but the edges of his demeanor softened. His comments, while still sarcastic, lacked their usual sting. He even offered a begrudging thanks when Hyun-soo handed him a file he had been searching for. One afternoon, Hyun-soo found Seo-jun in the kitchen, staring at a burnt pot. The sight was almost comical. "Don't ask," Seo-jun muttered. Hyun-soo chuckled. "Let me guess. You tried to cook." Seo-jun rolled his eyes but didn't protest when Hyun-soo took over. As Hyun-soo stirred a simple broth, Seo-jun leaned against the counter, watching in silence. "You do this for your family?" Seo-jun asked suddenly. Hyun-soo nodded. "My mom's health isn't great. My little sister loves soup, though." Seo-jun's expression softened. "Must be nice. Having people to cook for." "You could come over," Hyun-soo said without thinking. Seo-jun blinked, caught off guard. "What?" "For my sister's birthday. It's this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a small gathering. You're welcome to join." Seo-jun opened his mouth to decline but hesitated. The idea of stepping outside his self-imposed prison was terrifying, but tempting. "I'll think about it," he said finally, his voice cautious. Hyun-soo smiled, sensing a breakthrough. Seo-jun, however, stared at the bubbling broth, unsure if he was ready to face the world beyond his walls. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more recaps.